Bam.
Swag had a successful relaunch at the beginning of 2025, and we're back now for round 2, continuing with the Apex Pearl, which we'll be releasing on August 11th. Instead of dropping all 6 balls at the same time again, they're going 3 and 3, so while I'll have reviews up now for the Apex Solid and Craze Hybrid in addition, the other 3 balls will be releasing later on September 8th, so those reviews will be coming probably in about a month. Angel's layout never changes, so comparisons shown later will be drilled the same for reference. We're at Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas on the Kegel Chromium Challenge pattern, and the graph is linked in the description if you would like to see the pattern details. The Apex line introduces the symmetric APX V1 core. It's kind of a light bulb or a mushroom shape at a 250 RG and an 042 differential in 15 pounds, so not quite full big symmetric ball like an Idol or a GB5. Think more Daredevil, Exponent, or Turbo X, so close but less differential for less flare, or basically it's right between a GB5 and an IQ Tour to really dial it in. Apex Pearl cover at 1500 grit polish. Now, like the Unreal out of the first batch of releases, this one seems extra glossy, and I think it's a good candidate to break the shine or reset the surface on. Angel and Shine typically don't get along well on this pattern anyway, and with this also being a squarely medium strength ball, that's part of it, but while it's smoother than what people would typically imagine a shiny Pearl to be, the Ultra Gloss makes it a little too floaty on some shots. I do have to comment on the leveled up optics on this one. Very sharp color combination and logo. You could literally stamp a Storm Bolt on this one and nobody would know the difference, so kudos to them for stepping up their marketing game. This one is kind of a tumbly climbing arc, and again, I think it's going to be smoother than some people might think or expect. Think half step up from the Crazed Pearl, but also for general shot shape, it's in original Phase or Zen territory, not quite as strong as either of those, and not really what you envision when you think Shiny Pearl. It more seems like a lane shined or polished solid. That's not a bad thing though, of course. It complements the Apex Solid really well because you don't have the ultra smooth Solid and then a super skid snap Pearl. You've got a pair that go together or run the same direction, so to speak. This one will need some friction out of the box, and we did actually film it right after the Solid. Not like Angel creates any transition anyway, but the lane developed a little, I guess you could say. Moderate to heavy transition would help this one out, or so would more medium to lighter conditions. Both Apex balls are more like 900 Global Exponent type of balls anyway, so they're meant for more medium conditions. If the Apex Solid is the right ball for the fresh on whatever you're bowling on, this one will be a perfect step down when you start getting into transition. Also, like the Solid, this one likes straighter angles. It's got a medium amount of flare, so it's not a ball that's going to want to cover a ton of boards to begin with, and as you can see, she can edge in a little with it, and I would say this is a longer and heavier pattern than this ball would be in play on anyway. So realistically, it's getting some good work done, but I think you can still tell it would be happier with more friction and not asking it to cover too many boards. It's a little heavy rolling too, so this is one of those square up and just dump truck the pocket kind of balls. It's not a visually impressive wow kind of reaction on video, but neither was the Zen. It's a feed it up second arrow and watch the pins fall down type of ball. I'd still say the same things for this one that I said about the Solid. This one pops a little more, but it's still pretty smooth. So if you have higher speed and or a lower rev rate, I just think it's going to be too weak or too smooth, or both, unless you have really dry conditions. So I think the higher your rev rate is, the more you'll like it, and it'll give medium to lower speeds, control, and something that won't hook off the planet or turn sideways on them. If you're an old school bowler or have an old school game, this feels like another one of those throwback balls that was clean and controllable and didn't lean too far in one direction or the other. The Apexes are both in Unreal territory on cost. $150 I think is an average price. It's not a deal, but it's not exactly high. I think it's about right for this level and strength of a ball. There aren't a whole lot of balls in this general territory though, so it's hard to make comparisons. It's a little up from stuff like the Typhoon or Dark Side, but it's a little down from stuff like the Phase AI or a Hazmat Pearl, so again, I think it's priced fairly or on par with everything else. Please make sure you hit the description before you get out of here. Lots of discount codes and helpful links and resources down there. I have a 10% off code for CoolWick that's on the screen. They're the best jersey company out there. 10% off for the Premium Nexus backpack, journal, and other products. That's through a link you'll have to follow in the description. An email address to get custom handcrafted items made from bowling balls, and I do have something interesting here that's new from Genesis. It's called Hyper Control Tape. It comes in strips or pads, and I call it Spider-Man tape because the idea is that you put it anywhere on your fingers or hands where you want more grip, maybe even on your forearm if you're two-handed, so if you typically have issues with slipping somewhere or just want extra grip, you might check this stuff out. Motive has just announced their Steel Forge, which is also a more Zen-like, earlier and smoother shiny pearl, so we'll go cross-brand for this one. Lower RG and higher differential, but medium strength cover puts the steel a half to a full step up from the Apex Pearl, so it's a little stronger and a little sharper down lane like you'd expect, but it's still the same kind of square up and hit the pocket somewhere, kind of heavy roll and big pocket presence. Yes, that means you'll still have some of those ultra flat corners on shots that hit the pocket just on the wrong spot, but I think that these are also both in that higher percentage of off-pocket hit zone like the Summit. May not be as pretty as some other balls make it look. It's more of a Mike Rowe dirty jobs kind of ball that controls the lane if they're tough or spotty, and then doesn't make you have to be so perfect at the pocket to carry. Apex Pearl, I think, is a 4-ball. It's not quite down into hustle or rhino or raw territory, but it's not up with the stronger symmetric balls either. Just like the Solid, I don't think it's exceptionally versatile, but it is a ball that knows exactly what it is. It does what it does very well. There's no guesswork. It's a simple plug-and-play ball that's going to be at its best. Walk down the side for the average league bowler, so another A- here. It's fairly one-note, but at the same time, it's kind of supposed to be. You want a ball like this to be one-note, so I can't really knock it for that. Angel's comments on the live comm are usually relegated to shot quality and mechanics, so it's more of a different camera angle and in-the-moment vibes kind of deal for her. Plus, there always seems to be a few fun moments, so stick around for that. Members get the full version of the commentary, or they already have, so if you're interested, you can hit the join button on my homepage and become a member to get early access, exclusives, and all my videos ad-free. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop those down below.
Stating my protest of the polish.
Is what it is.
Like I said, I'm stating my protest.
There we go.
Kind of grabbed. It still worked.
It's waking up now.
Huh?
That's waking up now.
I kind of grabbed it too.
Yeah, but
Woo! Oh, darn it.
there we go.
Relax. Don't dump it. Watch your backswing. Oh, don't. Okay, balance. Balance.
Really good. Bam.
Need to get it closer to my ankle. And then still get it out. Closer. That's better.
There's a couple good ones.
This video was brought to you by Panda Bear Productions. We put the in bowling.